Hey guys, Jessica Juckstock here. Today I want to talk about the question of whether it's possible to have too many mentors when you're trying to accomplish something big, whether that's in your life or in your business. Recently, Jordan sent me an article that talked about this question, and I found it was really interesting, so I just wanted to share with you some thoughts from this article. It talked about the fact that how like in the early days of startup culture there weren't really any people for would-be entrepreneurs to talk to about like how to start up their business, how to grow their business. So it was really hard to get good advice. Fast forward, several years, and now there are tons of people who've started up business, who have at least a little bit of experience in like startup culture and can give advice on how to start a business. Just abundant. So what this article was talking about is that the fact that there's so much advice now is both a blessing and a curse. So it's a blessing in the sense that it's easier to find answers about like how to get going with your business, things you need to watch out for, how you need to, position yourself in the market, that kind of thing. So it's easier to get going more quickly. The curse is that there are too many options. And I know this is something that Enid's grinning at me, that's cute. I know that this is something that I've personally encountered myself as I've been working to grow my business. It's really hard to know who to follow. There's just so much advice out there. And like some people, like they'll agree with each other, but maybe have slight variations. Or there are even people that are like, it, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I just thought of something else. They'll be like, don't listen to that person over there because they're giving you totally like bad advice or outdated advice. You need to follow me instead. And the thought that I just had was that this is sort of similar to like parenting. My sister and I have talked about this a lot actually, how like when you're wanting to answer some particular question about being a parent, like how to introduce your kid to solids or how to handle like nighttime and naps, like there's so much controversy about it and so much like animosity even between the different sides, like don't follow me or don't follow this person, you gotta follow me or else you'll destroy your kid. Well, you hear similar things with business, like don't do such and such, do what I say or else your business will never take off. So yeah, so it can be really hard to know who to follow, to know whether or not a person's advice is sound, to know whether what they're saying will work for me. And it's really easy to get into that like analysis paralysis mode where you're like, well, I just want to do things right the first time. So I'm going to wait until I figured it out and I know like the right thing to do. So you end up delaying decisions out of that desire to do things right. But what's actually kind of ironic about that is that when you're wasting time, you're not making any progress. So you're wasting time trying to make the right decision. And when you do make a decision, that decision may still end up being a bad decision. So you may still, not make the right decision. It's better in these cases to fail forward. So it's better to try something, see that, okay, that didn't work. Let's tweak it a bit. Let's make some modifications or try something completely different and let's move forward. It's better to fail quickly and repeatedly than to like get so stuck in choosing the right thing and then realize that that wasn't the right thing after all. So it's a good idea to, in these cases, sometimes follow your intuition and maybe even not like try to get confirmation. Like I know I've done this sometimes where I've had a good, or what I thought was a good idea, like something that I wanted to try in my business. And so I reach out to other people who are in business and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think of this idea? And then I get like so many conflicting opinions about it that I just like sit spinning my wheels. Like, should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I not? And then you just like, you don't know what to do. Leave me a comment if you guys have ever experienced this where like you thought you had a good idea and then there was so much controversy about whether or not it was a good idea that you ended up never implementing it. I'd love to know if you've experienced that in your own businesses. So just like be aware of the fact that you will do some things wrong and be okay with that. I mean, everybody does things wrong when even like seasoned business people make bad decisions sometimes. But like the trademark of being a good business person is that when you fail, you continue forward and you keep trying new things. So as far as the question of whether or not it's possible to have too many advisors, advisors are great, but they don't know everything. So the two keys that I came away with from this article were, first of all, to pick someone to follow, just like one person, maybe two people if they have like very similar outlooks on things. Make those people or that person your go-to for like advice on your business, for figuring out what you're going to do going forward with your business. You want them to challenge your thinking and to better your perspective, but you don't want them to spoon feed you. You want to have your own mind involved in the process. And then the second key, so first you're going to pick like one advisor basically, and then the second key is to know when to stop listening and to start listening to your own intuition. And that's why you don't want someone who's going to spoon feed you, because they never know everything about your business. They never know like kind of your relationship with your business, if I can put it that way. And so their advice is never going to be 100% what you need. And that's why you need someone who's going to challenge your thinking and your perspective, challenge you to move forward, but then, you know, respect you when you make a decision that isn't necessarily in line with the advice that they give you. So my question for you guys is, do you have an advisor? Do you have somebody that you follow when you're making big decisions, whether that's like in life in general, or I know I've been talking a lot specifically about business since that's kind of a passion of mine. Let me know if you have an advisor. I'd be really curious to know who you guys follow, who is really insightful and impactful for you in your business. And I hope this information was valuable to you. If it was, please let me know with a comment or feel free to reach out with a message. I would love to chat with you more about, you know, where you guys are with your businesses, because I love talking to other business people. And that is all I have for you today. So again, hope it was valuable, and I will chat with you all later. Have a great day.